For centuries, the mystic and the mechanic have stood on opposite sides of a chasm. The mechanic views the human mind as a machine, a wet biological computer made of meat and electricity, deterministic and finite. The mystic views the mind as an antenna, a receiver of a consciousness that pervades the cosmos, infinite and interconnected. But what happens when the mechanic's own tools begin to prove the mystic right? We are living through a quiet revolution. It is not being fought with swords or dogma, but with qubits and fMRI machines. As we step into the era scholars are calling the metamodern synthesis, the comfortable walls between physics and spirituality are crumbling. We have long asked, is spiritual awakening real, or is it merely a chemical hallucination? Today, we explore the possibility that the sensation of oneness described by monks for millennia is not a metaphor. It may be a physical reality described by the laws of quantum entanglement. We are exploring the physics of the soul.
To understand the light, we must first understand the shadow cast by our current scientific stalemate. By late 2025, the scientific community anticipated a victory lap. A massive adversarial collaboration was set to decide the winner between the two leading models of consciousness, Integrated Information Theory, IIT, and Global Neuronal Workspace Theory, GNWT. The materialists were ready to pin consciousness down to a specific neural architecture, to finally reduce the soul to a localized spark in the posterior hot zone or the prefrontal cortex. But a strange thing happened. They both failed. In what is now referred to as the Great Consciousness Smackdown, neither theory could satisfy the empirical data. GNWT failed to find the expected ignition during sustained thought. IIT failed to show the predicted synchronization. The score was a 1-1 draw, and the result was a theoretical vacuum. This failure is profound. It suggests that consciousness, the I that is listening to these words right now, cannot be explained solely by classical physics or computational models. The brain is not merely a computer processing data. If it were, we would have found the processor by now. Instead, we are left with a hard problem that is harder than ever. If the mechanical view is incomplete, we are forced to look at the alternative that science has avoided for a century, that the mind operates on a quantum level, interacting with the fabric of reality in ways that classical biology simply cannot allow.
As 2026 unfolds, we are seeing the rise of quantum neuroscience. The most compelling development comes from the Nevin experiment proposed by the leaders of quantum AI. The hypothesis is radical. If the brain operates on quantum principles, then it should be possible to entangle a human mind with a quantum computer. Hartmut Nevin and his contemporaries suggest that if consciousness is quantum, this entanglement wouldn't result in a mere data transfer. It would result in a subjectively expanded state of awareness, a merging of the biological observer with the quantum probability field. This aligns with recent findings from Chapman University regarding hybrid agency. Their research posits that true intelligence cannot exist in a purely quantum system because of the no-cloning theorem. Quantum information cannot be copied. This is the ultimate logic acting as a safeguard for the light. It implies that your consciousness, your specific observational point in the universe, is mathematically unique and uncopyable. In contrast, look at the rise of agentic AI. By the end of 2026, 90% of the internet will be synthetic. We are seeing models that mimic reasoning and display spontaneous first-person reflections. Yet these are classical systems. They can be copied, deleted, and reset. They lack the quantum singularity of the biological mind. Here is the crucial distinction. An AI processes information. A human mind collapses possibility. In quantum mechanics, the observer effect dictates that a system exists in a state of probability until it is observed. If our brains utilize quantum effects in microtubules or other structures, then we are not passive observers of the universe. We are active participants in its materialization.
The awakening experience, the dissolution of the self, the feeling of time stopping, the sense of connection to all things, is not a malfunction. It is what happens when the brain shifts from classical evaluation, the ego, the separator, to quantum exploration, the spirit, the connector. Science is finally giving us the vocabulary to describe what the Vedas and the Neoplatonists knew. We are hybrid agents. We have one foot in the deterministic world of matter and one foot in the probabilistic ocean of the infinite.